Additional Director of the Economic Research Department of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka. Today, the Central Bank of Sri Lanka releases two inaugural publications for the year 2023, the Annual Economic Review and the Financial Statements and Operations of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka. Both these publications are in fulfillment of requirements laid out in the recently enacted Central Bank of Sri Lanka Act. These two together will replace the annual report of the Central Bank that you all are very familiar with. Let's run through the Annual Economic Review 2023. The publication comprises 3 chapters that cover economic and financial sector developments, review of central bank policies, and the economic outlook. It also includes a number of box articles and of course several datasets as made available in the past too. For the first time this year, the Central Bank has made available 153 datasets across longer time periods and higher frequencies. These come in easy to use spreadsheets in the Central Bank website for the convenience of our stakeholders here at home and around the globe. Let us run over some of the key highlights from across the economy as described in the Annual Economic Review or AER. Decisive adjustments and structural reforms implemented by the government and the Central Bank of Sri Lanka have helped restore macroeconomic stability to a greater extent following the deepest economic downturn in its post-independence history. However, this entails hardships that stakeholders will have to bear in the short run. Some of key achievements over the last year include inflation decelerated to single-digit levels by end 2023 from its highest level ever recorded in 2022. Domestic market interest rates declined substantially. Yields on government securities declined by around 50 to 20 percentage points in 2023. The economy expanded in the second half of 2023, breaking the longest streak of economic contraction of 6 consecutive quarters. Gross official reserves improved to $4.4 billion by end 2023 from $1.9 billion by end 2022. Sri Lanka rupee appreciated by 12.1% against US dollars in 2023, following the largest depreciation of 44.8% in 2022. The financial sector demonstrated its resilience with high levels of crisis preparedness among financial institutions. The fiscal sector performed remarkably well in 2023 with increased revenue and a surplus in the primary balance. These achievements clearly show that the ongoing economic adjustment program is already yielding promising outcomes, and they come on the back of an array of decisive policy reforms and measures. The Central Bank's mandate was redefined with the enactment of the Central Bank of Sri Lanka Act, which puts price stability at the forefront of its agenda while strengthening its efforts to achieve and maintain financial system stability. The Act is also a significant milestone in enhancing the Central Bank's independence and accountability towards Parliament and the public. Among the several policies that the Central Bank implemented in 2023 to restore stability and restart recovery, a key one was the shift from a tight monetary policy stance to an accommodative stance since June 2023. Another key policy measure was allowing greater flexibility in exchange rate determination. The Central Bank also guided the financial sector with several prudential regulatory measures, helping to preserve domestic financial system stability. Looking ahead, the economic progress that we have seen thus far is expected to continue, with the economy expecting to record a growth of 3% in 2024. Domestic price stability is expected to be preserved, with inflation to remain around the target of 5% in 2024. The financial sector is expected to remain resilient. The government is expected to continue its fiscal consolidation efforts with the successful completion of debt restructuring. We wish to reiterate that the ongoing recovery of the Sri Lankan economy hinges on the continuity of the reforms implemented thus far. The continuation of the IMF-EFF arrangement is extremely important. Through the AER, we also emphasize that with Sri Lanka not having fully exited the crisis, there is no space available for any slippages from the committed path. Hence, political and social consensus and commitment to envisaged economic reforms remain critical to avoid recurring policy reversals and the ensuing economic downturns that we have seen over several years. The annual economic review and the financial statements and operations of the central bank, along with the numerous datasets, are freely downloadable from www.cbsl.gov.lk. Do stay connected with us and share your thoughts on these inaugural publications on the Central Bank of Sri Lanka's social media channels. Thank you for joining us.